This is a different kind of superhero story.
Nobody's getting hurt.
That guy was up there before we got here.
So I'd say one of the most anticipated superhero movies of recent years. We are talking about 2016's Deadpool, starring Ryan Reynolds as title character Deadpool, and of course Wade Wilson. Now this isn't the first time, of course, he's played this character. He actually played the same character in 2009's Wolverine Origins. However, that character depiction was so vastly different from the source material, it was rejected by fans and critics alike. So cut to 2016, and basically we've got a reboot film, basically taking the piss of its former presentation of the character, along with a lot of other films. Now Deadpool's quite a unique character in comics history, because he is very much a character that knows he is living within a kind of comic book world and kind of talks to the audience, and the same can be said of this movie, where he does kind of break the fourth wall and does address the audience, not to the degree that I maybe thought he would. This film is really an origin story of Deadpool, kind of telling you how he got to this kind of particular kind of portion of his life, basically. The action basically is a mix between events happening in kind of in like modern life, and then kind of going back here and there with flashbacks telling you the story up until this point. Now Ryan Reynolds was actually made to play this character. He absolutely embraces it, and it's true can be said with everyone involved here. As you can tell, this is a real passion project. So what's good and what's bad about this film? Well, I have to say, if you're easily offended, then you're not going to like this film. It is very kind of crude and somewhat juvenile, but it's not designed to be anything but that. I've seen some kind of critics on YouTube especially kind of criticise the movie for what they think it should have been, and that kind of annoys me, because you should judge the movie based on what it is rather than what you think it should have been, and kind of try and rewrite it. And what it should be is this film, but the film that we have in front of us is exactly the film that it should be. A crass, juvenile, delinquent of a movie that is very aware of its own ridiculousness and kind of embraces it. It's a very funny film. For me personally, I found it constantly amusing. There were a few jokes for me personally that I felt didn't hit. I would say about 90% of the jokes here I felt hit the mark, but there was about maybe 10% I felt maybe fell a little bit short. Other criticisms I have to say, based possibly, it could have done maybe with a little bit of a higher budget. This is actually cost a fraction of a regular kind of superhero film, because because it's a lower budget film, it does allow it to have some more creative freedom and maybe take risks that the other ones maybe can't take, which is a good thing. But obviously at the same time, for example, you can see maybe some of this CGI could have done with a little bit more work and things like that. But that's really only a minor criticism. One of the criticisms that I thought I was going to have in coming into this movie was going to be the bad guy. I thought would probably possibly a bit weak. But I have to say, upon seeing this movie, I really liked them. I thought they were very good. You don't get a huge amount of character development with them, but they came across as genuinely menacing bad guys, and who were fantastic on screen. So I really like the bad guys as well. Like I said, they're not massively developed, but this film is about Deadpool, not the bad guys. Any other criticisms I would say, just a few kind of minor nitpicks here and there. This film definitely couldn't have been a PG. There would have been literally nothing left of it if it had have been. It's a fun film. There's some decent action sequences on here. It very much connects to the X-Men universe, more so than I thought it would be. It had a surprising amount of heart, again, more so than I thought it was going to be. One of the key things here is actually the actual love story seems so genuine and kind of different from your typical kind of love story that you see in kind of Hollywood pictures, and it makes total sense that these two broken people basically, and if you see Marina Baccarin's portrayal in the trailers, that's not the whole picture that you're getting. That's all I'll say. She does a great job here of portraying someone who is just as broken as kind of Wade Wilson himself, but you don't see that in the trailers. You'll have to watch the whole movie to really kind of get that understanding. But them on screen I thought was really fantastic. All the other characters are kind of used just enough, I would say. There's actually just enough of TJ Miller here playing the kind of friend, just enough of kind of Blind Owl. There's actually a fair amount of Colossus in this film. I thought one of the best things actually was Colossus versus Angel Dust, who is played by Gina Carano. Negasonic Teenage Warhead is in it, not as much as I thought he was going to be, but like again, this is a Deadpool film first and foremost, so I think it was very good. To me, this hit pretty much all the boxes I wanted it to check. Just a couple of minor criticisms here and there, but the positives far outweigh the negatives. I only give this movie a 9 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.